Chapter 6, Living Issues in Philosophy, The Meaning of Values, page 103, Facts and Values. A crucial philosophical distinction is made between a factual judgment and a valual judgment. Judgments about such things as the distance between New York and San Francisco, the make of some particular automobile, or the age of a friend are factual. My book is falling apart. Wow. Factual judgments are descriptive statements of empirical qualities or relations. Judgments about such things as whether a particular picture is beautiful, one ought to visit a sick relative, or your friend's behavior is right are evaluative. Value judgments appraise the worth of objects, acts, feelings, and so on. There is little agreement among philosophers as to how the term value is to be defined. In general, we can say that value judgments are judgments of appraisal. Values as fact-dependent. Although we can ordinarily distinguish between judgments of fact and judgments of value, we cannot separate them completely. There is an interaction between facts and values. For example, if I am a student, the answer to the question of whether I should play football or some other sport or spend more of my time on my studies depends in part on the facts regarding my health, intellectual ability, and standing in coursework. If I am weighing the merits of two people as prospective life partners, I should seek out and consider many facts and make certain that logic and analysis, as well as immediate feelings, play an important part in my decision. The observable characteristics of things enter into our appraisals of value. If facts or conditions change, our evaluations often change too. That is, value judgments are generally fact-dependent. Values as knowledge or feelings. One of the main issues in the area of values is whether value judgments express knowledge or feelings. When I say that the Mona Lisa is beautiful, that kindness is good, and that murder is wrong, I making assertions about things that are true or false, or am I merely expressing preferences, making entreaties, or issuing commands? Value judgments be thought of merely as expressions of our feelings and desires, that is as subjective. For example, a value has been called an emotion or sentiment of approval or disapproval, the satisfaction of a human want or desire. In recent decades, the claim that values are subjective often has been made to depend on a theory about what sorts of expressions can be said to be meaningful. The most extreme position, that of positivism, restricted the scope of meaning to those statements involving reference to data verified by sense experience. Statements referring to matters of fact, according to this view, are the only meaningful expressions there are. The conclusion of this position is that value judgments either mean nothing at all or must be taken as no more than the expression of someone's feelings, as when a person responds to a painful blow by exclaiming, "Ouch!" Other philosophers think of a value as the quality of objects or situations that have worth. That is, as an objective quality of things, such as the quality of things that evokes an appreciative response. Still, others interpret value judgments as some combination of both the subjective and the objective. Finally, values and desires. Does a thing have to be desired to have value? Although something with value is something desirable and usually desired by people, its value is not equivalent to the fact that it happens to be desired by someone. I may desire to kill someone, set fire to homes, to steal a watch. Let's make up for all that lost time. No. Things that are not usually considered to be in themselves desirable. Being desired is thus only part of the meaning of valuable. Not all things that are desired are valuable. Likewise, some things that are not desired by many people are undoubtedly valuable. Some examples include healthy nutritional diets, probing psychotherapy, and painful surgical and dental procedures. And next, we would move on to how values are justified. But because I'm selective on what I'm studying out of this chapter, instead of moving to the next section in my next recording, I'm going to move to the back of this chapter. And we are going to start with the selection of values and move from page 110 back into the middle of the chapter. So that concludes this recording. That's section 2 of chapter 6, the meaning of